trash. The Joseph Cooley era kicks off at Mississippi Valley State. Morgan State came to town and they gave us the beatdown. The defending MEAC champions were on a mission coming down the Mississippi. They beat us down 49-28, wherever the score was. Let's look at the rest of the scores around the SWAC and the HBCU world. You see Bethune-Cookman, they lost to Boston College. 3-point loss, by the way. They scored in every quarter. Boston College has scored a little bit more than they did. But nice try, though. Jackson State, a team that was ecstatic when they found out that Joseph Cooley was leaving Alabama State. They beat Central Florida 49-17. Speaking of Alabama State, they go up to South Carolina and they come back to the Gump Town with a W. 55-31. Look at Brian Beano Cook. 9 receptions, 114. 4 of those receptions went for touchdowns. He was balling. He finally got himself together. He might pop up on Madden this season, when this season is over, of course. So Texas Southern goes to Shreveport, Louisiana. They lose to Louisiana Tech 26-16. Not a bad start, but I'm pretty sure they wanted that W. They could be a lot better on offense, though. Harris had a great game, so did Woods. 10 tackles, 5 for loss, and 2 sacks. Not bad at all. Arkansas Pine Bluff gets a win over UConn, 35-32 score in every quarter. Look at Powell, 7 receptions, 105 through the air, well, receiving. 2 tutties on top of that. Georgia Tech, they put that beat down on Grambling. Look at it, looks like Purcell. Look at that, 3 or 4, Longo 44, 2 for 2 extra points. But yeah, Georgia Tech was too much for them. And then you got Southern going all out there to Palo Alto, California. Not the way Southern wanted to start, but we got a lot of football left to be played. The Purdue Boilermakers, number 10 team in the country, goes down to Prairie View, Texas, plays the Prairie View A&M Panthers, and they come back with a victory. Look at Roth, though. He had a big game on defense. Florida A&M, they beat East Carolina 38-31. White with a great game. 3 total tutties. Meanwhile, over at the MEAC, you saw us get beat down by Morgan State. Very embarrassing loss. That second and third quarter, especially the second quarter, was the beginning of the end. They straight routed us after that. Didn't even score again until late fourth quarter. Hampton hosting Hawaii. Hampton wins. Hampton's looking to get back on top of the MEAC after coming up short last season. That's a good start for them. Georgia Bulldogs, Norfolk State. Norfolk State take the first loss of the season for them. Georgia is 1-0. And then you got South Carolina State taking on Wyoming. Wyoming goes back on the West Coast with an L. Fresno State and Howard. Howard going out to Fresno, California. And they lose 34-20, man. Looks like they couldn't get nothing going on offense until late. And then you have Boise State going down there to Greensboro, North Carolina, and losing to the North Carolina A&T Aggies 19-12. That was a tight game. Delaware State got beat down by Virginia 49-17. And then Tennessee State is hosting Texas A&M, and Texas A&M beat them down 55-21. Good God almighty. Texas A&M is looking really nice too in real life. Heisman watch list. Look who pops up. Brian Beano Cook is 4th. Remember, this man dropped so many passes last season while we was there, and now all of a sudden, he's on the Heisman watch list. Might want to watch out for him, man. He might end up winning the Biletnikoff Award and might pop up on Madden when we transport this class. But here goes the rest of the Heisman watch list. You got Clint Fager, a quarterback for LSU, who had a good start to the season. Cameron Allen had a good start to the season. Michael Perkins of Maryland. Brian Beano Cook in 4th place. And then you got the quarterback for Texas A&M. And his name, if we would get there real quick, there it is, Josh Upshaw. A sophomore at that. Still young. Players of the week. And look at this, man. So not only that, you got Aaron Stevens winning National Defensive Player of the Week for Delaware State. He had a stellar game too versus Virginia despite getting blown out. But then you got Brian Beano Cook and Tony Newsome, both Alabama State Hornets. They take on the SWAC Offensive and Defensive Players of the Week. Alabama State with a stellar win up there in South Carolina though. 55-31 win. Meanwhile, over at the MEAC, Wesley Moore of Hampton He wins Offensive MEAC Player of the Week. Of course, Aaron Stevenson won Defensive. 23 of 29, 407 yards, and 4 tutties. He had a great game. So, that concludes that. But we do have some terrible news for y'all. Y'all already saw when he got injured, but now we have a diagnosis on our starting running back that is an impact player. So yeah, Kirk Beanie Siegel, he will be out for the next 3 weeks. He has a broken finger. This is going to be a huge significant loss because he is our best running back. He's like in the low 70s as far as overall rating. But this is going to be a huge miss. Starting for him will be William Wood, and we're going to need him to be at his very best, because the next team coming into town next time is the Mississippi State Bulldogs of the SEC. Even though they are a low-tier SEC team, we have to be ready to play. It's not going to be easy, but eventually this Delta will rise. You will see that. Thank you for watching. Peace.